Alright guys, got my hands on the M2R Warrior from Olight. It's a 1500 18650 carryable, rechargeable, dual switch, waterproof, beautiful, everyday carry flashlight by Olight. Alright guys, so in the box of the Olight M2R Warrior, you get a lanyard with a thing on there that lets you tighten it down. So if you got little wrist, bigger wrist, or you want to put it around something and then tighten it up, and something Olight does is they put a little bitty piece of metal on there, like a pin, so you can easily slide it through that little bitty hole that's on the Olight. Most others do not do that, so it makes it easy to thread it, but I don't ever use the lanyard, so it's not something I use or need. Just want to point out that Olight does that for you. Also, you get the charger. It is a USB to magnet charger. We'll get into that in a little bit, but that hooks right onto the light. It's beautiful. You just come home, oh, I need to charge my light. Take it out of your pocket, lay down wherever you charge, and it just jumps right on there. Beautiful. And you get the instruction manual, and that's what comes in the box. Also, you get the light, and it comes with a 18650 battery, which we'll get into in a bit. Alright, here's what I like and dislike about the M2R Warrior. So, I really like the clip. The clip on it gives you a deep pocket carry. When you put this thing in your pocket in your jeans, there's like a quarter of an inch sticking out of there. That's it. It's longer than some of the shorter lights Olight has, so it feels a bit flimsier, but it does hold the weight. I've hooked this guy onto baseball hats, and it works perfectly. Makes the hat a bit heavy, so I wouldn't recommend it. It's not something I would do all the time, but in a pinch, you need to see, change a tire, whatever, and you weren't prepared, don't have a headlamp, this will do. I like that the recharging system on it is in such a way that I don't have to worry about it wearing out. I don't have to worry about a rubber cap falling off and allowing water in. This thing is considered IPX8 with that switch in just this state, and all I gotta do is charge it, is lay it down. Wherever I keep the charger, I can come home and lay it down wherever I keep the charger, and it'll stick right to it. That's awesome. The switch on it, this light gives me a lot of options. So whereas other lights, you may have the 15 or 1600 lumens out of an 18650, this one gives you Moonlight mode, all kind of other modes. You get a total of let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 modes plus strobe out of this thing. So you know, for what I'd use it for everyday carry, for carrying a pistol and a flashlight, and having it meet all your other needs, because you can go boom, I got 1000 lumens or 1500 based on how you set it. And then also this little switch has memory, so if I leave it off, if I hold it down and put it in Moonlight mode, which Olight has 1 lumen for Moonlight, which is perfect. You see, it's not blinding out the screen on the camera, it's the right side, so I can turn that off, and I can use 1000 lumens for whatever, and then the lowest setting is right here on Moonlight, and it'll stay there until you cycle through and change it, and it remembers whatever you left it on last time. Really, really like that. It's got a good design. It's very pretty. It's heavy duty. I've dropped it. Feels nice in the hand. It's got a good size, and the fact that it has a partial press or a soft press and then a deep press that does something different. So you get momentary out of this, or you can push the button and it stays on. There's nothing I don't like about this light. I guess I was going to tell you what I didn't like about it, but fits well in the pocket. Fits well in the pocket. Diffuses heat properly. Has a great runtime on all the modes. Has a great switch. Great recharging. Not a lot on here I don't like. It even has a lockout, so you can hold it down, the light will come on, and then when it turns back off, now I'm locked out. So, perfect. It's a great light. Alright, this light does not have a power indicator. However, if you do start to run low, when you turn it on, that light will flash at you red. This little light here will be red and flash at you if it's running low, which kind of let me down. I wish there was a power indicator on there, but as easy as it is to charge, I just plug it up every time I get home. So there's not really any issue for, I haven't come in any issues because of that yet. Alright, for your modes. Right now, I've got this thing in enhanced tactical mode. So what that means is basically you're just changing what this switch does on the end. We already talked about how to change modes. Now I'm going to talk about what the modes are. The modes are enhanced tactical mode gives you a soft press is 1500 lumens. A hard press, or after you click it and hold it, is strobe. Both of these are momentary. The only way to get this light to stay on in tactical mode is your side switch. So in tactical mode, you yank it out of your pocket, you've got strobe if you hold it down all the way. If you just gently hold it down or a soft press, you get the 1500 lumens. And these are both momentary. And it indicates as such on the switch here. Momentary, on, and strobe. So it's saying that if you press it a little, you get momentary. If you press it a lot, you get on or strobe based on what mode you're in. So in the tactical mode, 1500 or strobe. And then you can go through all your other modes. And but if you double click, you get 700, and then double click again, you get that 1500. So you still get the same, you just get a different response out of the tail cap. So your side switch is the same in both modes. That doesn't change. So what you get is, if you hold it down from off, you get Moonlight, which is 1 lumen. If you hold it down and go to the next one, you get 15 lumens, which is low. If you hold it down, it keeps going through the cycles. So what you get there is, the very lowest is 1 lumen. You hold it down, you get to the next one, it's 15 lumens. You hold it, the next one is 60. The next one is 250 lumens. And then the next one is 700. That's the highest it'll go. You cannot access turbo mode by cycling through the switches because turbo mode will not be memorized by the side switch. So you turn off the side switch, turn it back on, it's going to stay in 700, but let's go to a lower one just so you can see. Now if I'm off and I double click, that gets 700. If I double click again, that gives me that 1500. And that's the same in both modes. Alright, in the standard mode, which is the mode that it comes in when you receive the flashlight, your side switch does the same as in the tactical mode. It doesn't change. But your switch is now different. So now you no longer have access to strobe here. You can access it by triple clicking your little button. You get strobe. And you do that from on or off. So if it's already on, triple click, you get strobe. So you can always access strobe from that button. But now in the standard mode, I can soft press for momentary 1000 lumens, or I can click it and turn on the 1000 lumens. That's it. You either momentary or you click it and it stays on. So your standard mode just gives you 1000 lumens out of the tail cap. That's all you get, which in most cases that's what everybody, I mean, who needs strobe and 1500 lumens is rare. Unless you're doing something specifically that needs that. And all you need to do to change modes is hold it down, click, and now you got strobe and the 1500 lumens. So it's that simple just to change the mode if you needed something specifically for that. So there's that. Alright, so this is how to change the modes on this light. Basically when you change modes, all you're doing is changing what this switch does. It has 2 different modes that require it to do 2 different things. So there's a standard mode and then there's the enhanced tactical mode. It's a really simple way to change it. So right now it's in, oh, I got it locked out. Alright, so right now it's in standard mode. You can click it and it stays on, and it's at 1,000 lumens. After 3 minutes, it'll go down to 700 lumens. Right now, to go into the tactical mode, I would have to hold it in and then click the side button, and then all of a sudden it goes to strobe. So now, if I soft press, I get 1,500 lumens momentary only. 1,500 lumens momentary, and then if I click it, I get strobe momentary. And then I can still access all the modes through the side switch. So if you wanted to carry it as a tactical light, you got strobe and 1,500. But if you wanted to do anything else, you can leave this mode in a much lower setting. You can leave it on like the 60 lumens or the 15 lumens or whatever. And every time you turn it on, it's in that until you change it to something different. So 1,500, strobe. But I just want to look at a piece of paper in the dark. I'm at 60 lumens or less. Or, you know, all the way up to the 700 lumens. Alright, so the run times on this thing. So the Moonlight mode is 1 lumen. You get 25 days out of that, and that's really exciting for me. Even at 60 lumens, you get 20 hours. And at the 250 lumens, which is going to be bright enough to do anything you need to do, let's say I need to run it all day long at work, I can get 6 hours and 15 minutes out of 250 lumens. That's just a wonderful run time for me. Anyway, I'll put these here, so if you want to pause it and read it, we'll get into some other stuff now. Alright, I really like the charger on this light. It's super easy to charge. It's green, and when you plug it up to a battery it's not fully charged, it turns red. Once it gets fully charged, it turns green. Can't get simpler than that. Super easy. I don't have to worry about the stupid micro USB charger or hole failing on me. I also don't have to worry about water getting into it because I didn't properly secure it when I grabbed my flashlight and ran outside in the rain to do whatever. Man, this thing is just waterproof and rechargeable. I mean, and with a stainless steel button, I don't have to worry about the rubber breaking on the end over time. So this solves a lot of problems. I just love it. Great charger. Alright, so it does come with a battery, an 18650 made by Olight. It is a high discharge current, 10 amp battery. It is an 18650, 3.6, 3500 milliamp hour battery, but it is a 10 amp. Now something to note about this is that if the battery used is not at least 6 amp, it will not support the 1500 lumen turbo mode. If the tail switch has been set to enhanced tactical mode, the flashlight cannot be turned on via the tail switch. If this happens, to activate the tail switch, press and hold the side switch to set it back to standard mode. So what this means is, and I didn't know this when I first got it, I ran the battery all the way down just playing with and testing the light, and if you do that, you will pick it up, push the tail switch, and nothing will happen. You will have to turn the side switch on, and you'll get some of the modes, and I thought that my tail switch had quit working already. But what happens is when your battery gets so low, it does quit working. You have to recharge the battery, stick it back in. Not only do you have to recharge it and stick it back in, you have to change the modes, like we talked about earlier, from tactical to enhanced, from enhanced tactical to standard, and back to tactical after you put the new battery in that's fully charged. That's the only way to fix that problem. So there you go. Alright, Olight includes a holster with this light. There's a little ring there at the bottom, I guess, to let water out in case you get water in it. It's got a pretty heavy-duty clip on there. It's actually difficult to close, and it's really difficult to undo while there's no light in there. So you're struggling. If you're going to put this light in here, you need to put that light down instead of up, because with it in the down position like this, you know that the top of this holster is not going to depress that button. It's going to be pretty difficult because that button is in there a little bit. It's actually inlay. It's inside the frame of the light. But if you put it in this holster, you know it's not going to push that button in there like that. So that's good. If you carry it the other way, when you sit down, since the bottom of the holster is soft and it has that ring on there, you can push your button and turn your light on. See that? I really don't like that. You see, I'm not really pushing in a whole lot. So, I don't like holsters for lights like this, because I haven't found but one company that protects their button properly, and that's Mech Army. But it's a heavy-duty holster. I mean, it's thick. It's got a button if you want to attach that to a bag or something, and then you can run your belt behind one that's sewn, so you know it's not going to fall off you. It has a clip. It's not going to fall out if you put it in this thing. I mean, so it's serious holster. I just put the clip on it, stick it in my pocket, because the way the clip is, it rides deep in the pocket. And by the way, you can move this around to either this side or the other and carry it however you want to, but I prefer a light not to be sticking out of my pocket when I'm walking around. So I carry it just like that, and then it rides deep in my pocket. Alright folks, that's the M2R Warrior. I appreciate you guys watching Stone EDC reviews. Thank you.